Well, good morning. Yes, I'm recording this in the morning, unlike yesterday's video. The title is Change is Coming, but Where's the Money? For me, I do not believe we can get from where we have been and are, a money-based, albeit debt, to a totally cashless system without a bridge between the two. People keep asking me which one is telling the truth, because I have been part of Swiss Indo and closely affiliated with the Dragon family. Each has made promises. Wait a minute. Each has made promises to me personally. Neither has delivered. When we were supposed to go to Indonesia, expenses were supposed to be paid by Swiss Indo. That did not happen. Those who went had to pay their own way. With the Dragon family, I have had limited personal contact with the Red Dragon and regular contact with the ambassador. I was promised $5,000. So far, there has been no receipt of any money whatsoever. I can't really say if either is lying, but as they say, the proof is in the pudding. Unfunded promises carry no weight. Once again, I want to reiterate that there are people in the spiritual community, if you will, that believe we're somehow going to make a leap from the third dimension to the fifth or some other dimension where cash is not needed. And I can't say for sure that that's not going to happen, but it's not what I believe is going to happen. I believe that in order for us to raise up consciously, we must not make a leap. We must go over a bridge. That's my personal conviction, my personal belief, and there may be others that will disagree with that. But once again, I don't believe we can get from here to there without crossing over something that is similar. You can't go from something that is to something that is totally dissimilar without knowing how you got there. Now, maybe I'm all wrong in that, but that is, as I said, my personal belief, which is why I have long emphasized that there needs to be a monetary system put in place that is not a debt-based system such as our current system run by the cabal, but an actual value-based system, whether it's based on gold or something else. It has to be value-based and it has to be tangible, not some intangible thing. Now that's, again, I'm reiterating that is my personal conviction, my personal belief. It would be meaningless for me to go to a new world that didn't use money. And I think, now, how did I get here? I made some kind of a leap somehow, but it doesn't make sense. Now, again, it's my perspective. So I do believe that, and I do tend to support those who move towards a cash-based society or a money-based society as an interim measure, not as the final solution. It's an interim measure to get us from here to there. That's all it is. I don't believe we're going to have money ultimately as we rise in consciousness. Now, let's look at Swiss Indo. Again, I was part of Swiss Indo for a year or more. I'm not sure the exact length of time. In any case, as I said in the blurb, we were asked to come to Indonesia to meet with Mr.Sughi, Mr. Sino, whatever name you want to go by. And it was supposed to be paid for. I mean, they were supposed to have access to all this enormous wealth. And yet when push came to shove and the trip to Indonesia actually occurred, I did not go because I could not come up with the funding that was necessary to go from here to there. Many people in Swiss Indo did go at their own expense from Europe, from Indonesia, and probably from other parts of the world as well. But I was not one that could afford it. Again, I've been living for a long time on my Social Security income, which is under $1,000 a month. I've had lots of challenges, especially now with the medical things, but I've so far managed, even though my savings has diminished from around $5,000 to about $1,000, I still am able to maintain, thanks to the help of my son, who has bailed me out and paid a lot of my expenses, medical wise, and the things that I needed to do, for which I am always grateful. In any case, Swiss Indo, as I see it, failed. Now they've come on recently with more promises that July something the monies are going to be released, but we'll see. Again, I've heard promises before, and I've not seen them actually be fulfilled. That's the proof in the pudding, as I said in the blurb. Now, as far as the Dragon family goes, I've had very close contact with the ambassador. As I said also in the blurb, I've had some earlier contact with the Red Dragon when we were doing the classes, but I did not have a continual personal contact with him like I've had with the ambassador. The ambassador is a good person. He means well, and he wants to do the right thing, and I believe he does have a lot of money. I do also believe that the cabal is keeping him from being able to access his own funds. Now, is that true? Do I have any way of knowing for sure that that's true? Well, no, I don't. But I think he's a good person. Some people complain that he expresses himself, calling people, downplaying people, and saying they're stupid and whatnot. And I get that. I get why that would turn some people off. But again, he's one of, and claims to be one of, the elite establishment that is trying to do the right thing for the world. And the elite probably do think of the people that aren't part of the elite establishment as pretty ignorant and pretty stupid. So I understand where the ambassador is coming from. I don't come from the same place as that. I think people are where they are because that's their knowledge level. That's what they know about things. People that know more look at the people that know less and think that they're dumb or stupid. Not so. It's just that they have not yet been exposed to some of the things that the other people have been exposed to and are plain as day to them, but not to everybody, not to us. And so this is part of the dilemma that we face. And I'm hoping that some of what I'm saying in here clears up. Once again, for me, the proof is in the pudding. When the money comes to build the bridge, money backed by actual funds, not debt money, but actual funds that can be put in bank accounts and something like that, then I will say, okay, now we're on our way to creating a better world order. I want to use the word a new world order, but that's been used in a negative sense so much that it has a different meaning for a lot of people. But there has to be a world order that works for people, not against people. A system that is not based on debt and slavery, but based on freedom and actual wealth. And ultimately, the wealth is not going to be measured by money. It's going to be measured by consciousness. It's going to be measured by our gifts, talents, and abilities that are developed by actual experience of living in whatever world we live in. And I don't believe we can get there without some divine assistance. I don't believe we can make a leap without having a lot of help from extraterrestrials or God or whatever you want to call it. We have to have support in the transition between the old and the new. Without the support, I don't think we would be able to accomplish much of anything. And I think we would fail and get stuck right back, which is what some people say about Swiss Indo. It's built on the same foundation as the current system, and therefore it will not work. Well, it's how you perceive things and how you want things to spin out. I am in favor of forgiveness of those that honestly repent, but I'm not in favor of any more games that the elite has played a long time, and they lie and lie and lie and don't tell the truth. So these are some of the things that we have to look at. And again, from my point of view, I want to love everybody. I want to be able to put my best foot forward and to help everybody achieve their highest potential. Because until we achieve our highest potential, the world will not change. Now, I don't believe everybody's going to do that all at once. Again, it's a process. Change is coming. It's going to initially be measured by actual assets, by actual funding. But ultimately, even that's not going to be necessary. And I want to see these bridges as they develop and as they are built and as they are allowed to collapse because of the inability to maintain a system that is no longer necessary. So I thank you for listening to my prognosis on this, and I hope it helps, at least helps you to understand where I'm coming from. If you disagree with me, well, you disagree with me. But that's my position, and I hope to be able to be good friends with Mr. Sino, Mr. Sughi, and with the ambassador, and with the Dragon family, and with all people of like mind who want to see humanity have its shackles removed and lifted into a higher plane of consciousness and a higher plane of experience as transitional beings, because that's what we are. So again, thank you for listening, and may God bless each one.